because of the looking for Phil.
Okay.
Phil.
I didn't either. Ah, okay. Thank you. They'll go with it. That's what you said. Thank you very much. That's true. They would. If they could make money for it and no overcharge for it, they do everything else.
What do you call alternative fuel in the South?
What?
Alcohol.
I was always amazed at how they could do the hand-eye trick of you had something in your pocket in those outfits.
Pretty tricky, guys.
I mean, you think, you stand up in that pocket full of marbles. Okay, where were they?
It may have happened after I changed the wardrobe, because I got really tired of reading that damn spandex. And I came up with this really clever idea that I went to the writer. They actually believed me on this one. I said, look, Buck's, he wants his 21st century clothes. It was 20th century clothes at the time. I said, so why wouldn't he talk Tweaky and Theo into taking him down to the archives, and he could show them the kind of clothes that he used to wear, and they would make those clothes, they would fabricate those clothes for him. And that's what happened. That's why my outfits changed. The spandex is something that was more contemporary.
Yeah, it was nice.
Lucky me. I've got some of those jackets still. Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier about how they created the show, I think that has to do with science fiction is the redheaded stepchild.
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't know what to do with sci-fi. I mean, they don't understand that sci-fi is not about a spaceship going across the screen in television. It's one thing to do 2 hours of a movie and have a big fight scene and all this kind of stuff. It's great because, you're there for 2 hours and that's it. But in television, it's a very character-driven medium because you are all, as an audience, inviting those people into your home. We are spending an hour with you and your family in your home. It's a very intimate kind of experience. You want to relate to the characters, and if you don't relate to the characters, I don't care how many spaceships you put across the thing, you're not going to care. And that's what they don't understand. The networks keep thinking that it's like, oh, it's just a mini Star Wars. And it's not. And I think, whether you like it or not, whether you liked it or not, the Battlestar Galactica got that idea. I mean, some people didn't like it because it was darker and, moodier and all that kind of stuff, but at least you had characters. It was character-driven. And that's what people related to, the characters that they were caring about and fighting for and hoping that would win out and all that kind of stuff. So in that respect, they got it. But was that, let's see, who did that? Sci-fi?
Yeah.
Which is amazing for sci-fi, but they actually probably let them go. But at least it was, they didn't have, they occasionally had the ships going by as an establishing thing, what you would do in a regular show. You'd have a car drive by to establish where they were or whatever. So that was okay, but it's like most of the stories, if you remember, were all character-driven. They were people relating to people. And what they did with Buck Rogers was like, I mean, how many times can you watch a starfighter go across and care? It's really about Buck and Wilma and Twinkie and whoever else. That's why I kept saying, why don't we have Buck go out on the earth and relate to people? Because I mean, to me, in my mind, what I want to see is like, well, okay, we all know it's made up because it's 500 years from now, and who the hell knows what's going to be around. Let's see what your idea is. And boy, I hope it's, wow, that's an interesting idea. Whether it's true or not, who cares? Yes?
Do you think this approach to production that you're going to do by project is going to connect with
I think that, personally, I think James has felt the same opinion. I think we're looking at the beginning of a new medium. I think that it's really the future of entertainment.
I agree.
Is the internet. The thing that the networks have to figure out is not the technology, it's how they can make money from it. That's all they care about.
We just had this discussion the other day, briefly, over the phone. Gil and I were talking, and I said to him that we've become a nation of on-demand people. It used to be years ago when Buck Rogers aired on Monday night, if you really loved that show, you made the time to sit in front of the television. You don't do that anymore. You download it, you carry it with you, you watch it on your phone, you have it on your computer. That's what you want. You want it when you want it. You don't want to sit home on Monday night.
You DVR it, you TiVo it, whatever.
So we're going to make it so you can take Buck Rogers with you wherever you go.
Yes.
When is this supposed to air?
And it will air hopefully the end of next year. You'll be able to start watching it. We start shooting some footage here in the next couple of weeks to get our feet wet, I guess. And, I'm excited. I'm 43 years old, and I grew up watching these two, and now I get to work with them and actually experience them working together and playing these characters. So it's kind of remarkable.
Sometime late next fall.
That's the plan, yes.
He gets to hear me do input on scripts and stuff.
It's pretty amazing. What was, I guess, really amazing was that when we first sat down, he said, what do you have in mind? When I started talking about what I wanted to do with the show and the characters, he looked like I hit him in the stomach, and he said, my God, that's what I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
The second part of that question is, do y'all have a website?
Yes, it's www.buckrogersbegins.com.
If you come by my table tomorrow, I have some cards with all those websites on them. On it.
StarTrekNewVoyages.com.
Say again?
StarTrekNewVoyages.com.
Yeah, I have that on there too. And I also have the episode that I guest starred on called Katoomba. I played, what was his name? Admiral?
I was in terror. I was in terror.
Say again?
Sheehan.
Admiral Sheehan. It's Janet's fault that I have cards with the websites on them. Because people kept asking me and I kept going, well, it's this and this. And she said, put it on a card. So she did it herself. She knows what a lazy bastard I am. Yeah.
Last year I was talking to Richard Nash. And they were
Good for you.
about a subscription-based model for sci-fi, where you get a lot of good content and basically cut the media network out of it, put it up on the web, where for people to pay to play, kind of like you pay a subscription fee like $9 a month, and you get brand new content. You know, you guys thought about something like that, and then you build like a whole sci-fi community.
Yeah.
You know, then you don't have to worry about all the things advertising.
We've talked about it, and believe it or not, there's several different ways to go, and depending upon how things shake down with the studio, kind of dictates where we go. But I have the infrastructure in place to stream an episode right now and encode it so that you can only get it with a password, you know, after you've paid, that kind of thing. The internet is an amazing thing, and technology itself is amazing, but for everything that you put in place, there is somebody out there to find a way to get through that protection. So you have to be prepared for a certain amount of time. So.
Have you thought about free commercials?
Yes, we have. It's, you know, again, depending upon how things shake down with the studio, if they decide they're not going to, you know, fund the project the way I want, then advertising-based revenue is the way we talk about it, yeah. Well, the pilot is 75 minutes. Gil was trying to talk me into doing 90.
No, it's like 120.
120, I'm sorry.
Thank you. See?